I really like vampires. So I was reading about vampires and the best way to stop a vampire. Although when I was a kid, I would not have wanted to stop a vampire. I wished for vampires and left my window open and waited for vampires. But I was reading about how to stop vampires, and it's not with a cross or holy water or anything like that. The way to stop a vampire is to set a bowl of rice next to your bed. And then when the vampire comes, he has to count each grain of rice. He can't keep himself from counting the rice. Thus, the count on Sesame Street. So vampires are stopped by this task. They have to count the rice, this meaningless task. So I was thinking about that and how this incredibly powerful being can be stopped by a meaningless task that he's compelled to do. And how does the vampire feel about that? Does the vampire feel relieved, maybe? Because this meaningless task keeps him from doing some evil? Or is he just thwarted, just powerless, stuck to count this rice? I have this Play-Doh and a Silly Putty, actually. And I play with this Silly Putty. And it's almost done. Like I can feel it when I play with it. It's almost done. If I just keep stretching it just a... Can you feel it? You can hear it snapping. I can. But it's almost done. When I was a kid, some of you may know, I have a kind of a large family. There were 21 kids in my family, and there were a lot of tasks. There were a lot of dishes and a lot of laundry and a lot of kids to take care of and feed. Sometimes all of the kids got sick, and this was a great relief, because when all of the kids are sick, there's only one thing to do. Life gets very simple. You take care of sick kids. Or sometimes someone would cut their head open. That happened maybe once every 2 weeks. And that was good too. Life gets very simple when someone cuts their head open. You don't have to decide what to wear to the hospital. You don't have to decide what you're going to do that evening if you're going to go to the hospital. It all gets very simple. These tasks. There was so much to do, but sometimes I would find more things to do. We lived in the country, right outside of our town, and our lawnmower usually didn't work. But one summer we got the lawnmower working and we mowed the lawn, and it looked really great, except for all around the fence. There was still all this tall grass all around the fence. And I noticed in town that no one else had this tall grass all around their fence. They had weed eaters. But we didn't have a weed eater. So I looked around, and in my house you did things with what you could find to do them with. So I found this big pair of scissors, and so I started cutting the grass along the fence, all even. And I couldn't find any gloves, so pretty soon I had huge blisters on my hands. The thing is, when you start this, you can't stop. You can't leave, just like 2 feet of grass cut and all the rest. The 3 people that drive past our house are going to notice that and think it looks really lame. So you have to cut all of the grass all along the fence, which is about an acre, probably. But you have to keep going on this task. So many tasks, and I found so many throughout my life. And I read about these vampires, and I wonder about everything that I do, the things I do with my kids, the things I do at my house. Why am I doing these things? Because it makes things easy? Because I don't have to think about what to do? If I fill my life with chores and kids and jobs? Does it keep me from doing something I shouldn't? Like a vampire? I don't know. But I think about those things while I play with this. And it's almost done.